Well, about the attack September 2012, it looks for me as sort of culmination of royalty theft, data spying, Murdoch's Danish surveillance, right? So it's a sort of home invasion, and it's nothing to do. There is no 13 hours reality. It's a deep fake. The three person that are on the internet talking about 13 hours as a real thing, beware that they can have been translated in, they can have used a voiceover. So you have to find out if they actually say the same thing on the police inquiry, right? Or military, it will be the military inquiry. If they don't, then they're off hook, right? But if they continue to say they were the heroes of 13 hours, then they are liars. And as the story went on, I think in this kind of communication, they put out that they didn't know who was the employed. They didn't know who deployed them. Another thing is that they apparently was in Germany at some time. Why? And another thing is that they think they are heroes, but the ambassador died. And another thing is they crossed orders and the ambassador died. Normally that would be a court process. There would be a military court for crossing orders. So all of the things that said is pointing the wrong way, right? There was an interview by Specie Bronze where it's cut up in different parts, but it looks for me like they're more like, brotherhoods or something, trying answers as best they can, right? I think that military in Denmark is a way so, I don't know, maybe they always, think they're going to protect someone's wrongdoing, which is not true. And I think there is some problem with money here too as well. And they also cover, the government is, Mette Frederiksen was justice minister, I think, in 2012. Now she's a state minister, and she apparently to the press have married a filmman, which is a problem in this film because we have Susanne Bier and other film people that's also use data. So whatever they are misinformed, whether they abuse data or they abuse status or something, I don't know. We also have a little struggle, the media and the royal house, is it the one or the other thing? So a lot of questions, but I think basically the cover-up story 13 Hours is a film and nothing else. And another thing, that turned up a video with a woman saying she was Chris Stevens' fiance, and that she actually is an actor, which point in the direction that also there is something wrong, right? And she want to make a film too. So if I look back at the story of my life and all of the trouble I had, media, entertainment, again. And as you know, if you look at the books and stuff, you can look up mafia in Hollywood, you can look up propaganda and stuff like that. I would ask the intelligence to stop the spread of lies because I have difficult to set the record straight when there is the story out because everybody thinks that the film is a real thing. It's not. And then I can say that Chris Stevenson arrived unannounced because of the hacking that was in the area due to media. And when he arrived, we agreed to move. I was in a position where I was threatened. And the NATO General Stoltenberg was there until New Year 12. So he had left. So frankly, I don't know if he also was a target, or it looks for me as me and my son and then the enemies of the film business I was the target, I think. And they didn't know that he was there. Nobody knew he was coming because of the mail problems with the hackers. I sighted Michael Bay in the area twice before the attack, meaning that he must have been something doing there. Might be his wife, might be the film. But another important thing is there were missing Bulgarian children in the area. Might indicate that I think his background is Bulgarian. Irving Stuff has a Eastern Europe red background. I met Irving Stuff before in another shape of something, right? And Susanne Bier's background, her parents are refugee, red background, right? And I struggle with my background of being, I think I've been, victim of traffic. So basically, there is a chance that there might have been some kind of, not directly, but indirectly, and RT, which is a USA Russian media, was there also. So we still have an open door for what you call red interference. We also have an open door for terrorism. Plaguing a band is one of my big losses. I lost my friend there, policeman Jesper Winge-Leisner. So of course the investigation not ended, but I ended my part of it, meaning looking back in my background, and there is definitely links to Ireland and to entertainment and to maybe a second World War in a not so presentive way. So in the way that I've been victimized. So basically, after 2012, September, I was in Germany with the USA, and the casket of Chris Stevenson was transferred from Germany. I was personally there, and I can say I was in shock. I couldn't hardly see anything, and there was a man walking up to me saying, in the corner along, saying, are you aware your losses? At that time, I didn't know where my son was. Later picture indicate that he was hurtly bad. But I see my son 1 hour a month. Might be fraud, might be true, I don't know. If it was true, I would like to ask, why is he not returned home, to my home? Because I was a victim of an act of violence, and now things are quiet. So why is he not back home? Another thing is that the government didn't recognize me before. I had a case running in human rights. They don't recognize my work, and that's not really my problem. They could have, if they didn't want me to sign me on of the government work, they could have signed me on to NGO. I mean, they could have said like, okay, she's working, I don't know, Red Cross, UN, something. But just in totally elimination is a little too far to go, because I did a great work in Northern Ireland with the Clintons and Yugoslavia and Europe and DDR wall down. I was even president in Litauen in a jail there. So basically, if you don't want to recognize me, I can stand on my own, right? So my message to 13 Hours is, and also to intelligence, try and figure out if they were abused in the scenes, why they were abused, who they're working for. It's not the military and it's not intelligence, it's something else. And I would say that it's a very dangerous world if you're working for criminals in Hollywood, because they don't give a shit. So basically, I would ask the 13 Hours to go to the FBI and work together with them to find out what kind of people was behind this story, who are they paid by, basically. Because then we can find out who was behind it, right?